Waiting on this thing to fire up. All right, Merry Christmas, everybody. Before I begin, I would like to bring a message from our sponsor here, which is Terry out in North Carolina, and we are thoroughly enjoying her Christmas gift. The other glass, I'm sorry, is inside with Amy, who's taking the drink for you. I want to show you all a trick here. That's called a Boilermaker. You know, and I drink Boilermakers quite well. Okay, I've been gone for about 3 days, and I'm going to explain to you what happened without getting mean about it. I was a member of March for America. Hello, Sharon. I was a member of March for America, and I guess I was an editor of some kind. At any rate, about 3 days ago, I got up, went about my business trying to post, and I got a little love note from the powers that be, informing me and showed me they showed me the MFA logo, and then they slapped me down for 3 days. I think I have the distinct honor of being the only member of that organization that got banned, which I intend to use to sell a lot of books. I must be famous. At any rate, that's what happened. And what I did was, instead of wringing the crying towel and going into some kind of shakes because they didn't have a Facebook account, if you'll notice, the description of this video is a bunch of links. Well, that's all, or some of the people that published me. I had fallen into the error. Hey, Matt. I had fallen into the error because of the ease of using Facebook for a ramp. I would publish to my personal blogs, to the Damn Good Times in Houston, to the Tribune out in Salt Lake, and Hello Rosebud, and all that. But it was just so easy to take a link and pop it over on Facebook, these various groups I was a member of, and go on there. Now, when they did what they did, it shut me down for about 3 hours. So it took me that long. Quit. It took me that long to go to the individual entities that I published through and start setting up things on a standalone basis. The only site that I could see any real distribution was the Simple Old Boy from Austin. That was the only one I could see. Everything else was internal. Crystal, thank you, Rose. Crystal doesn't reveal her subscription rates to me, or that's her personal business. And naturally, the Tribune with Senator Mike Lee, he keeps his cards pretty close to the vest. But I'm pretty sure that the sales and subscriptions with just those two entities are in the thousands. So what I've had to do was I had to move away from using Facebook as a ramp, because for me, it might work for some people, but for me as a writer and op-ed journalist, it's just totally useless. And another thing, I go down to the bank right over here, and every now and then I get a little surprise in there, a few $100s. Hello, April. A few $100s. And it comes from Amazon. I've got stuff on YouTube, TuneCore, which is my music business sales, book sales with Amazon and Kindle, Barnes & Noble. I've been informed recently I'm with, not Simon & Schuster, what's that other one? Anyways, one of those clearinghouses, I'm with that, and I get little love notes from them. What I don't get is I don't get any checks from Facebook. And I'm not a communist, all right? So I've got these people out here in San Bernardino cracking the whip on me, and they're not paying me for the pleasure. I'm just saying. Nothing against Facebook. I'm sure they're a fine organization. Everything's going to be good with them. I just can't use them for publishing. And they seem to be on some kind of a moral crusade, and I'm just not on one. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is, beginning immediately, as of this morning, what you'll see on all my accounts on Facebook is what you see above this video right now. If you want to read me, the links are all there. There's about 1,000 articles, 5 books, I think I'll include the books in there. I'll just go to Amazon. Go to Amazon. Or just Google Wilbur Witt. Just say Wilbur Witt, and you'll see that god awful song I published. But then right under that, you'll see 4 or 5 books with various links to literally hundreds of publishers worldwide. And I am not fooling you. Hey, come on in. We got company? Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm not fooling you. It is literally thousands of publishers worldwide that do publish my stuff. Now, I said San Bernardino, Lori, because that's just an insult. They might be in San Francisco. I don't know where they're at, honest to God. And I hope they don't take off after me again. Facebook, that was a joke, okay? I'm from Texas, and all you people look alike to me. All right, as simple as that. Jesus. Honestly, God, I don't know what I said or did that got me banned. It wasn't a bad ban. It's 3 days near Christmas, and actually, for Reconstruction, this is the most perfect time of the year because very few people are really reading or doing anything but this during the holidays. So it's just perfect time to go ahead and do this. By the time everything comes back up on the 2nd of July, I wish, the 2nd of January, then it will be up and running. The object of publishing is to make money. And you probably, if you get into writing, you're not going to get rich. Most likely not. But you can pay the light bill. You can drink good. And, the dog gets to eat good and all that good stuff. So, are you off? Oh, okay. We have people in and out. Also, I'm having Christmas. I didn't want to tell anybody that, but I'm having Christmas. I got people here, and we got this bottle that, Merry Christmas, Sarah. We got this bottle I'm working on, and we got another bottle inside, and somebody brought some tequila. That's always a bad move. Everything. But that's what the problem was. That was the problem with me and the entity here. And they won't have a problem anymore. And I'm not scared of them. I don't care. But I do have another private account that I set up strictly for Texans with the Texas Nationalist Movement. You guys would not want to be interested in that, trust me. But I've got that. I got little accounts set up with all my grandkids, that we converse back. I do use it as a mail service, which is about all that's good for, really. But it's not good for publishing, not for worldwide publishing. It censors too much. When you put something out, and you're a writer, you fully expect what you put up to be shown to people so they can read it. And the people at Facebook haven't acquired that art yet. They haven't realized that, you got to sell the records to make the money to buy the bread, and then they feel like they have to, be in control, which they should. It's their property. They can control all they want, who's not going to control me. But now let's go to MFA. And I'm not going to run anybody down. I'm definitely not going to say or do anything. I want to keep this part of Facebook because I do like to talk to you guys. There are some people that disagree with Scott, and they disagree with me. Some ladies that said some things about me that are just not true. I'm not going to go into all the details. I'm not going to do a extravaganza like Scott did. I'm just going to tell you I'm very straight up. I'm square with law enforcement. I'm square with the Child Protective Services. As a matter of fact, right before I started this live feed, I got a text from a director of the Child Protective Services who wished me a Merry Christmas. And we exchanged pictures of our grandchildren on Christmas Day. So I can't go any deeper than that, but I can assure you that everything is cool in that department. My main deal is I like to be a writer. I like doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm a single man. I'm 65 years old. I got a dog. I got friends at the house. I have good whiskey. I got beer. I got these things. I actually have some cigars in the house. We play guitars. We set fires out here. And we live a good little Central Texas life. I do not need for someone to come along and put a bump in my road. And another thing, I was spending 4 hours a day posting to various groups, and I love the groups. I've met most of the people in my groups I've met personally. And we've shook hands, met at the Capitol, and I know them. Philip Waite, Tommy Attaway, they're both best-selling authors. Doc Green, I've been on the radio with him many times, met him many times in Austin, Wichita Falls. Hi, Laura. And all that. All these people I know personally and everything. But Scott's okay. I don't know. Here's what confuses me, Cindy. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna reply to the messages here. Two things I don't know. I don't know what happened to MFA, and I have no idea why I was singled out as the point man. I did that little talk the other night to a private group that's with them at the top level, and I told them in very poetic language that we're at the Alamo, man. They're going to get us if y'all keep on. What I didn't know was the only one standing on the wall was me. You know, shoot that guy, and down I went. You know, I still to this day I don't know. There's questions about Scott. Merry Christmas, Alexander. I don't find anything wrong with Scott Benside. I don't find a thing wrong with him at all. He's a straight-up businessman. He's a nice guy. He's always been nice to me. He's hard-driven. I've worked for Steve Jobs. Hey, my counter name here, Wilbur Witt. Sorry to hear that, Wilbur. It's no big deal. Anyway, he's been in business all his life. And when you're in business, you make decisions that some people don't agree with. And I'm going to tell you all a parable. Called Perception. Years ago, when I was young, I delivered donuts to Fort Hood. And I worked until 4:30 in the morning cooking. And then we had to load them up on a big old truck. Hey, Don. On a big old truck, take them out to Fort Hood, 240 dozen donuts for all the mess halls. I got out there, and you have to go to the veterinarian. Just do the math, okay? It's the Army. You got to go to the veterinarian. He has to inspect the donuts. Well, old Sarge would come walking out of the colonel's office, and he'd say, give me that dozen. And I'd hand him that. Hey, Don. I'd hand him a dozen donuts. He'd grin, take one in his mouth, walk in. I convinced myself that the owner of the donut shop was paying a bribe so the donuts wouldn't be inspected. All right. Years later, when I saw the owner, after I was long gone from his business, I brought that up, and he told me, he said, okay, you're out there at 4:45 in the morning to start deliveries to the largest military base in the world. You've got 240 dozen donuts on a truck packed up. All right. The old colonel could not possibly stick his finger on every donut. What he did was he had the sergeant major pick a dozen at random, and if that box of donuts had been bad, you wouldn't have got up on Fort Hood the next day. Perception. Years later, where's the likes and loves for Wilbur? Yeah, there you go. Anyway, years ago when I was in the real estate business, and I think I told Scott this, I got up one morning with a wild hair in my butt, took all the damage deposits in the company and bought stock and securities with them. Well, right away, realtors are all jealous characters. I got turned into the Texas Real Estate Commission. And I went down there and I read them their own law. I was allowed to do anything I wanted with that money as long as it was liquid within 30 days. In other words, if everybody moved out of our rentals, which was about 1,500 or so, I could refund all of their deposits within 30 days. Easy. Well, they come right back at me and they said, well, what about, you made money? Well, yeah, I'm not a communist. What do you do with that? Well, what do you think I do with it? Well, nothing. It's right there in the property code for managers and real estate agents. I'm allowed to keep anything I make over and above what those deposits are, period. But I still meet, to this day, realtors who aren't knowledgeable who told me I had a slick way of becoming a thief. Cindy, it wasn't that at all. It was a smart business move. None of the owners ever got deprived of their money. None of the tenants who moved out ever got deprived of their deposits. And that was during the boom years. I made a ton of money on stocks and bonds and securities. And that's just the way it worked out. Hey, you might spray some osium on that. Yeah. Good. So it's perception. So whatever Scott does in his business, And I've heard the complaints, well, my God, he stayed in a motel and he bought a pizza.
Where's the Uzi, man?
Huh?
Where's the Uzi?
It's up there on the TV. Yeah. He bought a pizza and then he bought a steak. Okay, the man made a living. Jesus Christ. Have we gone that far that a businessman can't make a living? I've been on the whiskey, baby. Don, look here. Yeah. Hey, Don, you show me a New Yorker can do that, huh? You show me a New Yorker can do that. Okay. And my nose is right there. I lived in Smithtown, Long Island. Smithtown, Long Island, out near Cutchogue, and another place out Southampton. Just a little history there for you. And I lived with a New York woman, J.P. Morgan's great-granddaughter. I really did that. Yeah. You know why? Because I'm crazy. Anyway, that's what happened to me on that. I don't know. I can't answer any questions about MFA because I don't know. I just made parole. I don't know what's going on over there. I am going to figure it out. I made two critical errors. Number one, I didn't take the trolls seriously because I've been in this business for, oh man, I've been in basic publishing since 1969, and I've been in the internet since they fired it up. So I know about haters and trolls and keyboard commandos and all that, and I just don't take any of them serious. Well, apparently some of these people should have been taken a little more serious, and they began to chop at Scott real bad. I jumped in there, and like I said, I was the first one shot off the wall. Damn. Yeah, that's right. I'm pouring another drink. It's Christmas, dudes. It's Christmas. I'm not talking to the Southern Baptist Convention here. I'm talking to people on Facebook Live feed. Yeah, I'm smoking cigarettes too. I'm doing all those crazy things. You think with all these vices, I get more dates than I get. It's one of my Christmas presents. Sergeant Major delivered me a blowtorch. Yeah. What? Oh, you need a blowtorch? Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what's really good. I don't know anything. Go to the new MFA's page. Yeah, after I can play the piano again. I come up with a new catchphrase. Facebook handed me my face. And they did. It didn't, it didn't mess I didn't go and stick a pistol in my mouth or anything like that. Because I lost it for a day. But that's all that's going on. That's all it's good. In fact, I'm going to cut this short. It is Christmas and everything. I'm not going to bore y'all with this stuff. And I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, go ahead. Ask me some questions about MFA. There you go. I'm sitting here half drunk. Y'all want to go ahead? Let's have a question and answer period now. There we go. I think March for America was real good until we started goose stepping. When we started goose stepping instead of marching, they started, slapping us a little bit. Wilbur is just a chatterbox. Okay, Regina. All right. I'm a chatterbox. See, now this, now here's something I don't do. There's something I do not do. I don't know who Regina is. I've never met the lady. Probably wonderful grandmother. Got her kids around her right now. She said, Wilbur's just a chatterbox. I could take it one of two ways. I don't know this woman, so how can I hate this woman? You're allowed to have a difference of opinion in America. I wish we could teach that to Hillary. You're allowed to have a difference of opinion. If you agree with everything I say, you're crazy. Whiskey does this. And she spelled it English style without the E. Hey, Dawn, what happens when you pour a few shots into you? Well, never mind. We got to go there. Scott will beat my ass. No, I don't. The jury will disregard that last statement. What happened? I came in late. I've been confessing my sins, Laura. I've been confessing my sins. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and drink the rest of this whiskey, and then I'm going to start on that tequila, drink some beer, and smoke some cigarettes. And then I think I'll go out here and get naked in the pool and get my guitar, get like a air mattress, and sing all of me. Why not take all of me? Y'all have a good Christmas. Get drunk, have fun, run in the streets, stay away from bad sights.